Hello again. All right, so let's get this going. Since I've been on YouTube, I have done, I believe, every year a tag. I think I started in 2016, and then my 2017 tag actually became quite popular and went around the world. It was pretty amazing. And then it died down for a while, and then Noah Tempestari had revamped it, and then it went around the world again, which was pretty exciting to see everybody's views and stuff like that, based on the tags that I put together. I did one in 2018. I did one in 2019. I can't remember if I did one in 2020. If I did, it's like 2020. I want to forget it. I did one last year, and I think everybody was still recovering from 2020. That's a thing. So I only had a few people that do that one, but I do it every year. So here I am for 2022. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you'll tag a couple of friends. There's nothing like a good tag, especially if you're a YouTuber and maybe you're transitioning from, one subject to another subject. Tags are always very easy. It's a way to connect, it's a way to get some content out there, and it's a way to, like I said, connect with your viewers. So this is 2022 tag. Let me take a little drink real quick. And I quoted it, 2022 tag, the last one. Yes, because that's going to happen. So there'll be no more tags after this. I will probably be on somebody else's tag, but I'm excited to bring you this one today. I've been working on it since this morning, and I hope that you will like it. So let me take a little drink. Number 1, New Year's resolutions. Do you believe in them? Do I believe in them? I guess it depends. I guess sometimes, yes, it depends. And then number 2, why or why not? I guess it depends for me because I am a planner. I love to plan. I've been an executive assistant. I've been an event planner. I've done all of these things. This has been part of my life, my daily life for, decades, just decades. So there's some things that I'm just sort of hardwired for, and planning is one of those. So I sort of look as a New Year's resolution as kind of like a commitment to yourself, which I believe it is, right? A commitment to yourself of how you're going to make something happen for you in that next year. Sometimes I feel like when they're all dietary, it's at times unobtainable, because I've watched and have been on various diets that are fads, and they don't seem to work on the long term. And, you just get over yourself, you get over it, and then you kind of let it fall away. And the truth is, then you sort of feel bad about yourself. And it's like, it kind of has the opposite effect of what you intended. But it depends for me how I'm setting up my year. So if I know that I'm ending the year with some bad health issues and I need to make some changes, because it's good for me to do so, and I guess in my elderliness, I have learned that I don't want to commit myself to something that is unobtainable, or I'm going to waste my energy and not get a whole lot of results from. So it's just like, is it worth my time? Sometimes, like I said, depending on setting up your year, what if it's more organizational, or time management? If you want to do the meal prepping and all this other stuff, well, then you got to implement time management in there. And are you blocking that time so that you can get the other thing done, so that you can check that off of your daily list? So I think resolutions can work for you, or they can work against you, depending on how you set them up. All right, number 3, favorite color, or colors, depending on. Mine, generally reds, although apparently I really like gray, wearing a lot of gray. Anyhow, I like reds. I like reds a lot. And then, do you feel that color holds an emotional, number 4, do you feel that color holds an emotional or a magical meaning for you? Absolutely. I mean, come on, color magic is a thing, right? Everybody kind of does that. I've seen people work with color magic not only with their clothing, but also for like their obviously spell work. I've seen it in your car. I've seen it in your home. I've seen it makeup wise. I've seen people do that. And then if you're going to comment me on my skin, just know that this is a filter. It's a filter right here. See, look, it won't take away my second chin. But it certainly is a filter, and it's good enough for me today. Anyhow, so does it hold a magical meaning for you? Reds. For me, different kinds of reds. I love all different kinds of reds. I like the orangey reds, you know, kind of like poppies. And then I like the deep maroon, burgundy colors that are, you know, almost purpley color. I like, you know, kind of like the blue reds. There's like a blue undertone to the red, you know, kind of gives a cool sort of red. I love all of them. I really do. They just, you know, when you look at red in itself, you know, you can attribute it to or equate it to passion, love, heat, you know, also intensity. Intensity. And you know what I really like about red is that those people that choose to wear a bright color like red aren't interested in trying to hide anything at all, not really about themselves. You know, you find some really genuine people that like red. It seems, I don't know if anybody else has made this distinction, but I've noticed that those vibrant people that have a lot of integrity, not interested in hiding about anything, they're just like out there in your face, and that I just love that. And I'm one of those people because I love the color red. Okay, number 5. Do you use substances for divination? This is a hot topic, and I brought this up. So you're going to find a bunch of little hot topics, you know, sprinkled in here because I think that, come on, we need to talk about some of these things. So as you guys have known, one of my very good friends, and I consider him a brother, is Nathan Blue Knight on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and gosh, everything else. And he does drunken divinations. He and my other friend, Mark, they do drunken divinations. There seems to be a divide because there are some that just feel that that is not a responsible way to go about divination. Obviously, you got to look at the individual. If you have a substance abuse problem, I would strongly suggest you not do that. But I have done divination sober, and I've done it a little tipsy, and I've done it flat out absolute drunk or high. And I say this because I live in Washington State. It's recreationally legal here for marijuana. And then there's also, you know, that people know that I like to drink. I've cut down my drinking a lot, because I had to have a talk with myself about why I was drinking, and COVID just got a little strong there for a while. So that's a thing. But yes, I do use substances. For the most part, I should say, I use substances. I have found in my practice for me that things like drunken divinations has kind of, I am one of those, how do I say this? Okay. I'm one of those overthinker people. Very much so. So when I have a couple of drinks or a glass of wine, I tend to like let my guard down a bit, and you're able to see a more friendlier, open me, which on a normal sober level, I am, not that I'm not open, I'm more guarded, and I'm holding a lot of stuff in my brain. So it's like stuff is always moving around. I'm always thinking about how I'm lining something else up. When I'm drinking, or if I have had my THC oil, then I tend to let that go, and I'm able to, like, how to say this, like, reach a little bit more, see things a little bit more clearly, feel a connection a little stronger. I will say though, if you are somebody who has an issue with talking to the other side, then you may not want to go this route, because you have to do protection magic before you do this. This is just a tip from me because we're talking about it, and I'm sure that I will have this conversation again on somebody else's channel, because this has been a hot topic. But protection magic, you got to take care of yourself first. You got to make sure that you put up everything that you need to put up, whether that be in amulets that you're wearing, oils that you're wearing, calling in your ancestors, spirit guides, any of those types of things. You probably need, not probably, you probably, I say probably because I don't like to tell people what to do necessarily in their practice. This is what I have to do for me to make sure that there's nothing ill will intended coming through. So that way I'm protected, and then I'm able to drop that guard, knowing that I've got the people and the spirits and everything in my wheelhouse in order to kind of fight that battle. Make sense? All right. So that was number 6, was the why or why not. I will list all of these down below so you can find them very easily. All right. Number 7. Let's get to it, because boy, we're already 11 minutes in and only at number 7. What is your favorite part of your practice? Favorite part of my practice, of my magical practice, is probably researching, gathering supplies, and throwing intention for upcoming spell work or something that a project that I'm working on. That is something that I just get lost in it, and I love doing it. This is where probably my Ravenclaw comes out the most. I mean, it really does. I'm just like, yes. Okay. Number 8, what is your least favorite part of your practice? And I'm going to say spell disposal. So all that crusty junk that's in the bottom of your cauldron, old, like, weird waxy bits of stuff and herbs that have come down the candle, and like, what do you do with this stuff? Trying to find a way that works for you to dispose of your spells ethically is a pain in the ass. Just say it's a pain in the ass. So it's not something that you can do very quickly. There are some people that bury them outside of their home on a certain side of their home. There are people that will go somewhere else and bury it. There are some people that will encase that shit in salt and then bury it, throw shits in jars. Boy, I'm just cussing. There's all different kinds of things that you can do. You can let it go in the ocean. You can let it go down a stream. You can release it into the air. There's things that you can do. You need to research and find one that works for you. Well, it's like my least favorite thing that I have to do in spell work. I just like, bleh, don't like it. Okay, how do you feel your practice has grown over time? Is number 9. Yes, number 9. How do I feel my practice has grown over time? Asking myself this question as if it's like it's a surprise, like I didn't write it down myself. I probably just didn't think about it as much as I wanted to. Possibly, for me, knowing what clicks for me and what doesn't click for me. When I was new on the scene, I wanted to get my hands on everything. I wanted to try, experiment. I wanted to just, try different things, different, maybe genres? Not genres. I just wanted to try out things that I felt led or called to do. And for the most part, I did. And there were certain things that absolutely clicked, and they're a part of my grimoire, and they're a part of my daily practice. And then there are other things that felt kind of forced, and although I could do them and it wasn't a moral issue, it just didn't quite feel fulfilling. So I've decided to let some of those things go. Certain deities, entities, tools, things that, or places to go. Like, I just, doesn't feel right. I don't do it. So that's a big thing. All right. Number 10, is there a TV show or a movie that inspires you? I've got two of them, and I'm sure that this would change depending on what year I actually recorded this. But being it 2022, I have just recently found Discovery of Witches, which is on Amazon. I am finishing up season 2 and about to start season 3, and I love it. I absolutely freaking love it. Absolutely love it. Not only are there other magical creatures involved in this, but they talk about the discovery of witches and this book of life where witches possibly created vampires and all these things. It's very alchemy heavy. I'm really enjoying alchemy the more that I dive into it. I really, really enjoy it. And, you know, it was very fulfilling for me. Another one is, you've heard me talk about it, and you know we're going to probably do a little Q&A or discussion or something about this before I stop on my channel, but I'm looking to possibly do a thing on Brand New Cherry Flavor. This is a show on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. It's dark. It's dark AF. It is. So if you're not in a good mind frame, I would definitely tell you to steer clear from this one. But Brand New Cherry Flavor has to do with self-discovery and also dealing with all those things that go bump in the night are not necessarily a bad thing. It could be something that you asked for, and it very much could be something that you need in order to get to your next level in your practice or in your life, should you choose to actually look at it in the eyes instead of turning the other way. That is my takeaway from that show. So many things about that show, and I freaking love it. But Discovery of Witches is like my number one right now, and Brand New Cherry Flavor still coming in, still up there, still love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, do I have a familiar? Yes, I do. She's right here. And when I say familiar, I'm telling you, this Katie girl right here, see my bed? She's like all snuggled up. She's all snuggled up. She never leaves my side. And if she is, she's leaving my side for the reason to get some food or go potty or whatever. But this girl stays with me all the time. I have caught her reading my books. I have caught her, like, when I've done candles, if you've gotten a candle from me, they've actually been blessed by this one. She goes up, I put a chair up by the counter, she goes up, and she, like, kind of, like, puts her energy and, like, gives her, like, nod, like an okay to the candles. I mean, it's just, she's incredible. Yes, I have a familiar. Her name's Katie Purry, and I love her so much. She has just turned 10 this year, and let me just tell you that I'm not excited about her getting older. No, not at all. Not at all. All right, let's go down. We got number 12. New channels that you would recommend. I haven't been on YouTube as much exploring channels as I used to. I used to be on that all the time. I will say that I want to give right now a shout out to my two N brothers, Nathan and Noah. Nathan, Blue Knight on Drunken Divinations. If you have not tuned in for that, I'm telling you, I mean, obviously, if you're against the whole premise of it, then, I mean, don't. Do what's best for you. But entertainment value-wise, I've been a guest on that. We have had so much fun. I've been on a guest on that twice. And I'll tell you, the more drinks we have, the better it gets. And it's quite funny. It's really, really a lot of fun. And there's a lot of, feels like I think we get more accurate the more drinks we have. That I will say. Is a lot of fun. And then Noah Tempestari. I mean, come on. I mean, so many how-tos, so many everything. He's got a beard now. You might want to go look. Handsome handsome fella. I'm like, my bearded brothers, I'm telling you, love those two so much. Either one of those channels I would highly recommend. If you're looking for silly goofiness and just like full on heart chakra, I would suggest Madame Luna. She's lovely. She's such a doll. There are so many others. There's so many others out there. Chris Ashburn's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna throw those out. Moving on. Something, let's see, number 13, something you must do daily for your practice or for your emotional or mental well-being. For me, it's about learning about gratitude. I was coughing. I'm sorry. Gratitude. When I was in the throes of depression, gratitude to me felt very forced. Hold on. Gratitude felt very forced. It felt fake, felt phony, it felt forced. All those fuss. Now that I have a clearer head and I've changed my outlook a bit, gratitude helps me frame my day. It frames my afternoon. It frames my evening. Sometimes I may not like the conversation with my husband, but I'm grateful that he's there. Sometimes I'm not excited about the work that I have to do, but I'm grateful that I have the opportunity for a job when so many other people don't. Just looking at things from a different perspective and rolling with it instead of fighting it tooth and nail has helped me quite a bit. The other thing is I've learned about my energetic egg, being present in my space, my body, my egg, my energy egg aura, if you will, or capsule. Each of us have one of these things. And I learned this special power. See this? See, you take your fingers like this, you go like this. And when there's something going on and something coming at you and you know something or somebody in your face or whatever, you go like this. Very powerful. Did you hear that? Did you see that? Energetic egg on. Yes, you can be like Wonder Twin powers. Activate. On. So I know that I need to be present in my own body. I don't need to be taking on their stuff. I can just have my energetic egg. I'm in it. I'm the only one there. And their words don't need to penetrate my membrane sac. Did I say that? Sounds odd, doesn't it? Okay, maybe no. Maybe I'll leave that alone. But it's been very helpful to me. So learning about the energetic egg and being grateful throughout the day has really helped as far as daily practice has been great. Okay, 14. What has started as an obstacle, but that now is a blessing in your life? I'm going to get some flack for this, but that's okay. You can give me flack. I'm going to say COVID. COVID has been astronomically hard for so many of us. It was one of the reasons why I started Truth Talk last year, and I did a whole year of Truth Talk. Whole year. Let me tell you, that was not easy. Let me tell you, trigger warnings galore. But because of COVID, not only did I saw who my real friends were. That was big. And those friends that were family actually acted like family, and it made a huge difference in my life. I realized what my strengths were and what my weaknesses were. Having to have that time, forced time out kind of thing has really helped slow down my, just the way I operate is just a little slower than it normally is or had been in the past. And just taking things in the moment, one step at a time, has really helped. And I don't know if I would have done that in a non-COVID time frame. I am not happy about people passing away, being ill, losing jobs, um, losing friends and family. I'm not suggesting that by any means. What I'm saying is that COVID has forced a vast majority of us to um, just move a little slower, be more cautious, um, take more precautions, and generally look out for others as well as ourselves in a different way than we had before. And had I not had that time alone, then I don't know if I would be the same person. It's changed us all in some ways. I'm grateful. There it is again. I'm grateful for it to have changed me in the way that I've allowed it to. I stopped fighting it and I just went with it and took this time as an opportunity, and it's paid off for me. So that's something for me of what I also realized what, like when I was talking about my strengths and weaknesses, I realized that I have other talents that I should be using that will make my life a whole lot happier if I would just implement them. So I'm gonna those things. All right. So number 15. What do you prefer? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok? I'm going to say all of them. I will say that Facebook has been such a part of my life because I am a social media manager as part of the duties in which I do. And I put up media for, as I drop my other glasses on the floor, I put up or manage other businesses' social media as a side hustle. I do that. And I do it as a, not necessarily really a side hustle, just for friends. I do those things. So I'm plugged in a lot, and Facebook seems to be the one thing that you have to go to for sort of all of it. It's just linked. It's just integrated in so much stuff. So although Facebook for me is just, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. It's been so long. I do like Instagram, but I don't understand all of the filters. I have never liked Twitter. I know it wasn't even part of the question, but I've never liked Twitter. I never really understood it. I mean, 10 years ago, I was like, blah. I was like, whatever. I didn't like it 10 years ago. I don't like it now. I like TikTok. And it's like the internet. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad. It's really up to you how you want to use it. I love the dancing and I love the cat videos and I love the silliness and I just avoid the drama, and it's just been great. So yeah, that's the thing. I like the TikTok. I think I like Instagram more than anything. And I do love YouTube. It's not that I don't like YouTube. There's a lot of editing. Who has time? I have some very talented friends, but as soon as I stop that video and I'm just like, how the hell do they have the time to do all this goddamn editing shit? Crazy. Crazy. Who's like, please watch those videos and please give them thumbs ups and subscribe to them because dang it, it's worth it. They worked hard. You have no idea. If you're not on any of these things and you're just taking advantage and watching us, you have no idea how much work goes into all this stuff. You were driving ourselves crazy off screen, I'm telling you right now. Okay, number 16. What do you feel is missing in our community? And when I mean community, I'm going to say witchy, YouTube, TikTok, Insta, social media stuff. What do you feel is missing from our community? For me, I'm gonna, what pops up in my brain automatically is the song from the Beatles, Let It Be. Let It Be. Because when I first came on the scene, 6 years ago, I was convinced that I was doing it wrong. I was just like, why does this book say this? Why does that book say that? Oh my gosh, or whatever. I just read the blah, blah, blah. But why? You know, there are so many people that go like this, and you're not doing it right. Constant. Why? Why? I know why. I still don't know why. I know why, and I still don't understand why. How about this? Why? I know why. People love the power of making themselves feel great to say, you're doing it wrong. Let me tell you how to do it, and blah, blah, blah. And you oughta, and you oughta, and you should, and, you know, it'd be great if. Well, then it's just like they get off on that. They get off on it. They really do. And it feels to me that somebody should be able, when I first came on the scene as a very confused mourning, because I was mourning for the loss of my religion, of Christianity. I didn't really quite know where to turn to. I was taking it very seriously. I knew I had already had witchy vibes for a very long time, and I hid in the church forever to try to, like, oh, I don't want to go to hell. You know, I was so convinced I was going to go to hell, you know, for all of these things. And why do these things keep coming to me? And I must be evil. I mean, I just went through it, boy. I was baptized Catholic, and boy, you see why now, right? Okay. So why, I cannot understand. I understand the why, but what I can't understand about the why is, why do you feel, anybody out there, to go like this to somebody is going to bring them any closer to finding the answers for them in their practice, which totally could be different than what's happening in your practice? Why can't you just let it be and let them be their person? Let them be their individual and love each other and help each other find the path that they need. Why can't we just be a support system? Why can't we be that friend? Why can't we be like, hey, I use this, you use that. Ooh, awesome. I might try that sometime or whatever, and just let it be. Why? Why does it have to be so much drama? Shit. That's something I don't like about our community. The drama. The drama is pretty damn intense sometimes, so much so that it makes you second guess, and it makes you feel very self-conscious, and it deflates your passion sometimes. These people are the stealers of your passion. Don't let them in. Don't let them in. Find like-minded people that are going to support you and help you create the path that you want. Not a copy version of what they have. That's not what magic is. It's not to me, anyhow. Okay, off of that soapbox, on to the next one. All right, number 17. How much room do you have for your supplies and to do your actual spell work? This differs for everybody. So I thought, well, hey, some people have just like little corners in their houses. I actually have a full-on room. And some of my viewers, when they were guests for the last meet and greet here on the island, I shuffled them in and let them see my very messy room so that they can see what the heck I'm doing. The room always is changing, always. Because Bear and I had bought such a small home here in the Pacific Northwest. It's a tiny cottage. And I think we've talked about this. It's 2 bedrooms upstairs, a little dining room, a bathroom, and a kitchen. That's it. That's all. And then downstairs, there's an open room next to the fireplace, a little like TV room, a laundry room with a bathroom in it, and then also another like open area room that we use as a 3rd bedroom. And now I'm hiccuping. Okay. I've got quite a bit of space, but now realizing now that I'm not going to be running the shop anymore, because Ravenflower Designs has closed down, I'm shifting more things into artwork instead of supplies for spell work. Realizing that I have filled that space, even though I have one full designated room, I've filled that space. That poor space has to be this closet, because Bear has the closet in our room. small closets, people. This house was built in 1940, whatever, we don't know. And then I have my closet in there. So I have to use that for changing and storage. Then I have to have my supplies in there. Then I need it for my desk. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff in there. I'm realizing I have too much stuff. I need to get rid of it. I need to get rid of it. Okay, number 18. How many altars do you have in your home? I have 5. Yes, I do. And yeah, that's a thing. 5. I've got 2 in the witchy room, 1 in the front room. I've got 1 in the kitchen, and then there's kind of 1 downstairs. Kind of, sort of. I feel like it sort of changes a lot. I'm going to say it's an altar. Okay. Number 20. Tarot, runes, or oracle deck? For me, I have a bunch of tarot decks because I really, really love the art. And one day I think that I will learn to read tarot, but I've been so lazy about it. I like the oracle deck. I go with the oracle deck. I can even add pendulum in there if you want. We can even do spirit boards and pendulum. I do pendulum work. I do quite a bit of pendulum work, believe it or not. Oracle deck and pendulum work. I don't use spell boards, although I don't really have anything against spell boards. I don't have anything against runes. I just haven't been able to read them. And I have nothing at all against tarot because I have several tarot decks. I just don't know how to read tarot. One day I will. Number 21. Are you out of the broom closet? I ask this because I think 10 years ago, if somebody asked you that question, you probably wouldn't have the same answer as you would right now. Over the last 6 years, I have started here, and I remember making contacts or connections with people on Facebook when I started my Ravenflower Facebook page, because it needed to be different. It needed to be completely separate. I worked for a very conservative bank in Texas. I was making sure that I wasn't doing anything that would cause me harm in my job because I was one of the breadwinners in the family and really needed to bring home that money. So I didn't need anything messing with that. And also being in Texas, I didn't want to come out witchy while my kids were still in school. I think I finally did it when Amber was towards the end of high school, as far as anything public with anybody around in Texas. The others had already graduated and done their thing and were still working on themselves as young adults. And I didn't want any backlash coming from them. But I am absolutely fully, I used to get so scared when somebody would tag me in my real profile if they were crossovers from my real profile to the witchy profile. If somebody tagged me in the wrong profile and my aunt so-and-so was going to see it or whatever, I am out. I am absolutely 100% out. I am out at work. I am out at home. I am out with the rest of the family. I am just out. And oh my God, does it feel good? Let me tell you when it doesn't feel good. Let me tell you when it doesn't. When you go to places like the Grand Cayman for a week, and then you realize once you get there that it's against the law to not only be gay, check, and it's also against the law to do magic or be a witch. Absolutely illegal. Never felt that kind of weird pressure before, but oh my God, did I. Especially, I'm a shopping witch, man. I'm coming because I want sand, I want dirt, I want waters, I want stuff. I need seeds to plant. I am there gathering, I am on a mission. I've got plastic bags, silver spoons. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. I'm going to take this rock. I'm going to take that stuff. I have brought stuff for offerings so that I can give these in an ethical way. All this stuff. And then I want to shop, and I want to shop the witchy shops and get stuff or whatever. And there were certain people that could absolutely tell what I was getting and what I was, because they were also one of those and they couldn't say it out loud. We had side conversations I'm telling you, this woman from Jamaica who was over in Grand Cayman, she gave me a book. She gave us the most precious thing. She gave me this about one of her books in regards to plant life on the island because she knew how much it would mean to me because she knew I couldn't take any of those seeds back. I'm telling you, just amazing. Just amazing. Yes, I'm out of the broom closet, and I tell you, I've never felt so much freedom in all my life. And I've felt such a deeper connection with others because there are other people that I would have never thought to have been witchy ever. And they totally are. They totally are. And even having left the conservative bank that I worked for back in Texas, I have friends that I used to work with. They used to be coworkers, and they have kind of like, I heard that you were da 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 da, and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, can I have a link to your YouTube? I'm like, yeah. They've bought stuff from me. We have had all kinds of different talks, and I'm like, this would have been a totally different thing had I been open and out when I was in Texas. The parking garage could have been used for a whole nother thing. I'm just gonna say that. Fantastic. If you are strong and you want that to happen in your life, I think you can do it in little baby steps, kind of like I've done. But I also built my life this way on purpose. I mean, I had intention to be fully out. I started off way back there, all scared, like, don't look at me. And now I'm like out. I'm like, look at me. That's a thing. Okay, who am I going to tag in this video? That's number 22. So we have come to the end. I am tagging Noah. I am tagging Nathan. I am tagging Renee. I am tagging Madam Luna, Alvine Green, Crimson Fire, and Beanbag Hagwag. You peoples are next. Tag and pass it on. Love you guys. Many blessings. Have a great day, night, morning, wherever you're at. I have to get back in bed. So I'm going to edit this video. Hopefully you will see the live video that I'm about to do here soon. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.